Hey there, and welcome. Today, we're going to take a calm, focused journey to help build your English vocabulary, one word at a time. This isn't about just memorizing definitions. It's about really understanding the stories behind the words and how they connect. So, are you ready? Let's get started.
Okay, so here's our game plan. We've got our 20 words, and we've broken them down into these 5 different groups. The idea is that grouping them by theme will help them stick in your memory a little better. Then we'll wrap up by talking about what really matters, how you can start using these words yourself.
So the whole idea here is not just to learn these words, but to really own them. For every single one, we're going to look at what it means, how it's used, and how it relates to other ideas. By the end of this, you won't just know the definitions, you'll actually feel confident using them.
All right, let's dive into our first group of words. These are all about big ideas. Things like movement, intensity, and some of the tough choices that life can throw at us. First up, we have the verb displace. This means you're forcing something or someone out of their normal place. For example, a natural disaster can displace thousands of people from their homes. Now, it's related to words like replace or relocate, but displace often feels heavier. It carries a sense of loss. Okay, let's switch gears to extreme. This is an adjective, and it's all about reaching the highest possible level of something. We hear it all the time, right? Extreme sports, extreme weather, even extreme opinions. It describes anything that pushes the boundaries of what's considered normal.
Now this is a really good one because it clears up something that confuses a lot of people, either and neither. They both deal with a choice between two things. The difference is simple. You use either to offer a positive choice, one or the other. You can have either tea or coffee, but neither is a rejection of both options. It means not the first one and not the second one. So, I want neither tea nor coffee. It's a small difference, but it's absolutely crucial.
This table shows a fantastic distinction between two very strong verbs. To assassinate is incredibly specific. It's used for the killing of an important public figure, almost always for political reasons, and the person who does it is called an assassin. Murder, on the other hand, is the general legal term for unlawfully killing any person. The person who does that is a murderer. So, a king might be assassinated, but a victim in a mystery show is usually murdered. Context is everything here.
Our next word is eliminate. This one feels very final. To eliminate something means you completely remove it, you get rid of it for good. You can eliminate a mistake in a document, eliminate a contestant from a show, or eliminate a problem. It's a very decisive word. And of course, the noun form is elimination.
All right, let's keep building. We're moving on from concepts and diving right into the world of human experience. This next set of words will help us talk about everything from deep pain to simple joys, and we'll even touch on the world of business.
First, we have torture. It's a very heavy word, I know, but an important one to understand. As a verb or a noun, it refers to the act of deliberately causing someone severe pain. It's a word that carries enormous weight. Next is suffer. This is a more common word, but it's still very powerful. It means to experience something bad, pain, sadness, or hardship. We can suffer an injury or suffer a great loss. It's a word that speaks to a universal human experience. Okay, let's lighten the mood with bouquet. A bouquet is a noun, and it's a beautiful, arranged bunch of flowers. It's a word that immediately makes you think of happy times, like weddings or birthdays, a symbol of celebration. And finally, something totally different, franchise. This word takes us straight into business. A franchise is basically a license that gives someone official permission to run a business using an established company's name and brand. Most of the big fast food chains they operate as franchises.
Our next group of words takes us on a bit of a journey, from questions of morality all the way to the physical spaces we live in. We'll look at words that connect us to our past and help us describe the world around us.
Let's begin with sin. This is a noun with deep moral and religious roots. A sin is an act that breaks a moral or divine law. And, while it's often used in religion, you can also use it more broadly to talk about a really serious mistake. Next up, closet. On the surface, a closet is just a wardrobe, a space to hang your clothes. But it's also a powerful metaphor for a secret or a hidden part of someone's life, which is where we get the phrase, coming out of the closet. And then we have inherit. This is a verb that connects us to the past. When you inherit something, you receive it from someone who came before you. It could be money, property, or even a physical trait. The noun form is inheritance. It's a reminder that we're all part of a continuing story.
So how do we talk about things that are just huge? Well,
Giant is a perfect place to start. It can be a noun, like the fairy tale creature, or it can be an adjective that just means extremely large. We also use it in a figurative way, like calling someone a giant of science to show how important they are. Then there's the word mass. As a noun, it's a large body of something without a clear shape, like a mass of clouds. But its real power is in the adjective form, massive. A massive building, a massive effort, a massive success. It implies something is not only big, but also heavy and substantial.
Okay, this is a crucial point, how we talk about the world around us and our place in it. Our next set of words is all about community, the things we share, the people we connect with, and how things change over time. Let's start with a simple one, plaster. In many places, this is just another word for a small sticky bandage you'd put on a cut. It's an everyday word that reminds us of those small acts of care. Next, sufficient. This is a fantastic adjective. It means enough or adequate. Not too much, not too little, just the right amount. Having sufficient time or sufficient resources is all about having what you need. It's a word about balance. Then we have compatriot. This is a noun that speaks to solidarity. A compatriot is a fellow citizen from your own country. You might feel a special connection with a compatriot you meet while traveling. It's about a shared identity. And that leads perfectly into our last word here, fellow. Fellow is all about connection. It describes a person who's in the same group or situation as you are. Your fellow students, your fellow workers, your fellow citizens. It's a word that brings us together. And our final new word is obsolete. This is an adjective. When something is obsolete, it means it's no longer produced or used because it's been replaced by something newer and better. Outdated is a perfect synonym. Technology is the classic example here. That very first computer or cell phone you ever had? Yep, it is completely obsolete now.
And there you have it, 20 new words. We have covered a lot of ground together, but really, the most important part of this whole journey is what comes next. It's about you taking these words and making them a part of your own vocabulary. So, I'll leave you with a question to think about. Which of these words really stood out to you? Which one can you picture yourself using in a conversation sometime this week? Because remember, the real power of learning new words comes from actually using them. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer.